Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to tie your shoes really quickly. I saw another video on how to do this on YouTube, but it was really poorly explained and it took me a long time before I learned it through that. So I figured, why don't I just remake it so everybody else can learn it quicker, and just, it's awesome. So here, I'll show you my shoe. So here's my shoe. And basically what this is you start off with a regular knot. So you make, whatever, I'm not going to explain that. You can make your knot however you want. And then this is the main part. What you're doing is you're making two loops, one like this and one like that, and you're passing them through, and you get something like this. And then when you're done, you can just pull out. So what's really happening now is you start with your knot, okay, and then you make two loops. So the loose end of your first loop, it doesn't matter which one, has to be pointing the front of the shoe, and then the loose end of the second loop has to be at the back of the shoe. So it would look like this. And now if you're holding too far up from the base here, it's not going to work. So make sure you're really close, and then you pass the loose ends of each loop through each other, like this. I know it's really hard to see, and that probably was almost funnily horribly done, but what you're doing is you have your two loops, here I'll make the knot, your two loops, and then you're passing the loose end of this loop through this one, okay, and then the loose end of this loop through this one. And then you're pulling. Of course, it's not going to work now because I'm just demonstrating it, but you go like that, and then there's your knot. So here, I'll get a little closer just so you can see this better. Silly camera. You should see what this thing's balanced on. Okay, so here I'll make my knot, and then here's my first loop, my second loop. You pass them in like that. There's nothing else to grab but the loose ends, and then when you pull, you get this. Now, one problem that you're running into, it's probably the only other way of doing this, which is wrong, is if you make your loops and then you pass the loose ends through, but you get something like this happening, it's because you're not starting your loop close enough to the base, to your initial knot. If you start it really close, you can just pass it like that, and boom, you're done. So in the end, final product, I just learned how to do this, but it should be something like this. Oops, let me restart. So you make your initial knot, and then you do your loops. There we go. Okay, here, I'll do it one more time for you, just so you can see how it can be really effective if you learn how to do this. You make your initial knot, and then you make your loops. And there's your knot. There you go, it's good to go. If you want it undone, you just pull, and then boom. So thanks for watching, and check out more junk at optools.